Blog Talk Radio. Chatting with Nat is a podcast for independent women seeking to speak their truth and to break down barriers. We host honest conversations that help to guide and empower women. Speak your truth and set yourself free. Let your voice be heard. Hi everyone, this is Natalie Jean. That's what he's saying. Yes, it's Chatting with Nat. And today we have the honor of having singer-songwriter performer Nikki V. Nikki V is a powerful, no bullshit artist performer. She has sculpted herself into a dynamic onstage presence, seductively strutting across stages, ready to slay all audiences with the domination of her power chords and the potency of her rock and roll vocals. She is an artist of uncommon boldness and a whole lot of rockin' good fun. Her debut single, Babydoll, was recorded in Cleveland by Jim Wirt and mixed in Vancouver by legendary producer Danielle Robert. Let's give her a round of applause. It's Nikki V. Hi, Nikki.
Hi,
how are you?
You know, I'm doing pretty good. I'm pretty good. Pretty good.
How has this whole pandemic thing been treating you?
You know, it's changed me in ways that I didn't think were possible. Some good, some bad. Not much bad. More good than anything. I'm about ready for it to be over.
Amen.
You know, and well, I'm in Canada, so it's a whole lot different too. Like, we've totally reverted back to day one. It's like, I was talking to my friend the other day, like, it's like a bad episode of South Park up here.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know what?
But everybody's getting vaccinated. The more people that get vaccinated, I guess it seems the better the outlook is. So, you know, hey, man.
You know, I feel
I don't know.
I mean, neither. It goes back and forth. I just came back from Oklahoma, and over there, it's like totally different. It's like there's certain stores, they don't care if you wear a mask. Then you go somewhere else, they want you to wear a mask. Then you go in a Lyft, they don't care. Then you go in an Uber, yes, they do care. Then you do this, they don't care. It's like, okay, somebody needs to make up their mind.
It's a giant gaslighting. It's like a toxic relationship. We're all in a toxic relationship with COVID.
Yes. Amen to that.
Being gaslit left, right, and center. You know, like, I don't want anyone to get sick. I don't want to get sick.
Right.
I'm pretty sure I've already had it because, like, last year, but I didn't know. It was before the Christmas time, so.
Yeah.
And it was not it was a terrible sickness, and it was a nightmare, and I was like, if that was it, like, yeah, I don't want that again, but I also just don't like being so confused. I get confused easily.
Right.
And it's like, and then I just, like, believe that, I'm gullible, and I just believe what everybody says. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I'm like, oh, you know.
Yeah, but it's okay if you believe a lot of the stuff in this mess because there's been so much told to us. I mean, I got COVID in December, and it's the worst thing. So, and I've been vaccinated. I don't like vaccines. I don't take the flu shot, but I'm doing it for mankind. Damn it. So
yeah, you know, like, I'm totally not down with the flu shot because I just know over the years, every time somebody's like, "You're gonna get your flu shot," and then they get it, and they're so sick. And I'm like, why would I get? They're like, oh, it's okay. This is just what it does. I'm like, I don't want that. I'm like, I'm just not going to touch anyone. I'm going to stay away from people. I've always been like a no hugging type of person, just because I'm like, keep your smells and your germs to yourself. I don't like perfume. I'm like, I don't wear perfume and stuff, so I don't like other people's perfume on me. And everybody wears cologne and perfume.
Oh my goodness. Yeah,
So I've always been, you know. The people who love to hug the most, the people who hug the most are getting the flu. We're getting the flu long before COVID.
Oh, my former used to be my former job used to ream me about not wanting to take the flu, and I said, well, you can't force me. I'm not taking the fit. And there's so many people that get it and they get sick. I said, I don't even get the flu, so I don't need it, and I don't know.
No,
I don't want any of that crap. Okay, just keep it to yourself. So
if I start getting it, I'll do it. But until then,
right. It's like whatever.
Well, then I'll eat my herbs and drink my weird teas.
That's right. There you go. I'm following suit with you. Now, how would you describe your music?
I think my music is it's just rock and roll. People are always like, what kind of music do you play? And I'm like, I play rock and roll. And they're like, well, what kind? And I just honestly just think it's just rock and roll. It's just simple songs meant to like make you rock out and break your heart a little,
I like that. Well,
a little bit of country and a little bit of rock and roll, because there's always like a little bit of country flair going on in that, because I'm from Alberta,
right?
Very country place.
So,
it's in my blood.
It's in your blood. It's in your blood. So how would you say your music is unique or unusual?
I think it's unique in the way that I'm making it. I just can't really find another artist that I really sound like,
But that's good.
And that's a good thing, like there's a few like, that I'm like, people are always like telling me I remind them of certain people, which is cool. Mm-hmm. And, and then my dad says when I'm playing live, I sound like Tina Turner.
Oh, wow. That's
more, which I'm like, that's such a beautiful compliment, Dad. Like, cool. And I think it's just unique because it's like it's me, and it's just I don't know. I speak from the heart, I just try to talk about my there's always like a relatable life experience of mine in my songs, like there's always an ex-boyfriend you can like find at the end of the trail of a song of mine.
I like that. I think artists like you, people are craving to hear, because they're tired of the mainstream pop. They want authenticity. They want to be able to be an artist. And if you can do that,
some of my favorite music though is pop, like Taylor Swift. I love her.
I mean, Taylor Swift is great, but if you listen to the radio, it's all the same damn thing all the time. It's the same thing. And I keep telling people, I don't listen to Lizzo anymore because of the fact they played her songs. I don't listen to particular songs of hers anymore because they played at noon, morning, and night. And how much can you play?
And then in 5 years from now, you're going to bump it again, though.
No,
you're going to be like, remember that song? Oh, that was great.
That's the song that I can't stand anymore because they played it too. Listen, when we're marketing, I understand that. You're going to push it, say, listen, this is my new single, this is my new album, blah, blah, blah. But after a while, see, during those spots where they're playing Lizzo 500 times, they could incorporate 5 independent artists in there. 5. Just to get people to understand or know other artists. Because if it were up to the media and radio stations, we would only know about Taylor Swift, Beyonce, Kanye, Drake, all these people. I am tired of seeing them. I'd like to know other people, so I get to talk to people like you and get to know other independent artists. Isn't that
is cool?
It's cool.
Yeah, and my friend was also telling me, like yesterday I was jamming because I'm doing a lot of cover song jams and videos for my YouTube, and he's telling me, he's like, if it wasn't for Spotify, there's all these independent artists he wouldn't know, like better than the radio. And I'm like, what? I find people off YouTube also, or just like Instagram. Actually, I find a lot of independent musicians on Instagram.
I do too. In fact, I think I find more of them on Instagram than I do on YouTube. I have to be honest.
I think so too. I think I find more cool bands on Instagram, which is so cool because I'm just like, man, I love finding new music. it's such a good feeling. It makes you feel like a kid, you know, when you find a new favorite song, because you're like, I remember when I was young, I'd be like, oh, the song is so good, and I'm like, how is there ever going to be a better song that's going to ever relate to my pain? And then a new song comes out, I'm like, oh, this is so great. Or, you know, how are we going to find a better party song than this, girls? And then something else comes out, and I'm like, yes. And now when I find something new, it gives me that youthful feeling of, like, being, like, teen years old and starting to party, just really starting to feel music, you know, smoking my first joints and, like, really getting into the groove of life.
That's the feeling that indie artists give you. It's not, you know, it's not generic. Listen, I love Taylor Swift. I think she's a brilliant artist, but I know artists that write better than she does. And, you know, it's all subject, and they're independent artists. The point is that we're not being heard, and we need to bust out, come up with some kind of thing where that people just will have to hear us. And then they're going to be like, oh my God, I didn't know you were around. And then, okay, let's get us some airtime. That's what we need, because there's so many brilliant people like you and so many other people, and I mean, you deserve to be seen and heard. So,
you know, that we just need me to tour more. I just got to get out and tour. I got to come tour America. That's the goal.
Yeah.
I got to get out of the cold, frozen north, which is going to happen. Because that's my thing. That's my favorite thing to do is, like, I'm more about, like, I just love doing, like, live shows and just, like, playing, you know, like, I never really pay much attention to, like, much else when it comes to my band. But now I'm like, you know, I got to get online. I got to show it off, you know, and market people, which is kind of all new to me, all this new technology stuff. Because I'm more of, like, if it was up to me, I would just, like, move out into the mountains, start a commune, and then we would all just, like, be hippies and live off the land and have, like, underground greenhouses in the winter and, like, you know, grow our own everything. And just, like, you know, and I could spend my days just, like, playing with plants and playing music and living free, you know, but we have to use social media and technology, so which is also pretty cool because so many people get to hear you that way. Like, you get to meet people and find fans, like, all over the world because of that, which is cool, and make all these great connections. Like, that is a gift in itself, you know. That's what I find people don't understand. They don't use social media right at their, you got to use it for, like, finding cool things you love and learning.
I've met a lot of people through social media, so I'm very grateful for that.
Totally. Some of my favorite people in the world I met on social media, and from music also, but also, like, musically related on social media, you know, like, I meet someone and they're like, oh, if you're in town, come to a show. And then all of a sudden it's like a lifelong friendship.
That's right.
You know, or meet a band to play with online, and then we play a show together, and then it's like, wow, lifelong friends because of Facebook. Or finding bandmates. Now I'm like, oh, I need to find bandmates or people to jam with. You know, I'm like, I go to social media.
That's all you need. That's one of the greatest things. You know, if you look at the positives and the cons of social media, the pros are just like what you're talking about: meeting new people, being able to collaborate, and long-lasting friendships. And then the other flip side is the arguing, get on my face, that people think that you can't have an opinion, the friends that show you.
I call that Jerry Springer 2020.
Yeah, basically.
Sometimes I love to, but sometimes I get caught up, like, reading comments.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I'm with you on that one. You're like,
I used to get I try not to get caught up in the bullshit of commenting because, like, I got a real smart mouth and I can really just, like, you can't really hurt my feelings. It's pretty hard, you know, but I can make up really good jokes.
Right.
And so then it just starts this war between strangers. So I just try to really stay off of that, even though it's funny for me, which is terrible. That's like, this is not a good trait. But hey, I'm perfect. I might be perfect in every other way, but yeah, sometimes I like a little social media drama. like to dip my head in the dirt.
I'm like, should I say something? Should I not? Recently, I've been trying to stay out of comments, but my God, past 6 years of it was back and forth, and I was like, okay, we're just gonna have to agree to disagree. I'm done here.
Yeah. You know, you move on. You realize you're like, wow, this is stupid. I need to grow up and fucking move on. And then, you know, you move on. Then you just use it for the greater good, for what it was intended. You know.
Right.
It's like a lot of things in life. There's a lot of products that are put on the market that are supposed to be used for good, moral, healthy things, and then people turn them into dirty, immoral objects. You know.
That's right. No, you're 100% right.
I'm gonna just eat this banana, okay, ladies. Bananas for eating. It's not for making perverted videos online. No,
there you go.
Those are funny as fuck.
Yeah. What would you say is the point in your life where you were like, whoa, I've got to do music?
I think it was when I was because I've just been musical my whole life, and like when I was a little kid, I was like, you know, how always writing music, and then when I was like I was grade 7, I started playing in this like hip hop group, and I was like the singer of the hooks, and then I was do my own songs, and we'd go to the little towns and play and stuff, and so I did it all through my teens, and then I got, as soon as I hit like 20 or night, it was like teen, everyone's like, you gotta get married and just go to school or something. And then so I was like, I tried to settle down with a dude, and it just didn't work, and he's just such a great guy, and and I'm just too wild for that. And I was like, I just gotta like be an artist. And I also felt like my mental health was struggling because I didn't have that creative outlet, because music is for me it's such a release, it's like therapy. I can put all of my like negative emotions and my negative feelings into my playing or into like my writing, and just like singing, and like, I just let all of it out when I'm singing, and then it just keeps me balanced in every other part of my life,
Amen.
So, and I realized that, and I was like, I just have to do music regardless of like what the point or what, my outcome or my final destination in it is. I just have to do music for my heart and soul to be healthy,
Yeah, no, I get it. I mean, for me, music is my saving grace, so I get where you're coming from with that. There's so many things we can do. When we're sad, we're happy, angry, we can just belt it out and have a sense of some kind of relief.
Right. And it's such a good way to spend time. Like, if people are always like, hey, come hang out. Let's go hang out. Let's go do this. And I'm like, I'd rather kind of just sit around and play guitar and sing songs to myself, or just write some music, or try to record some demos, Like, it's just I'd rather spend my time creating. Sorry,
agree.
Friends. Sorry, all my friends listening that aren't creators, all the non-creators. I love you and I miss you, but it is what it is.
So what is your process for songwriting?
It changes over the years, but lately I've been doing this thing where I come up with a melody, and then I write the song on the guitar first. Like the verses and choruses and everything, make the whole guitar track. And then I just listen to it, and I just think about how it makes me feel. Okay. And I just like, and then whatever words and whatever feelings come to my mind, or whatever life situation I'm going through at that moment, I just start thinking about that, and I just start reminiscing to like conversations had and good one-liners used, the things people have said to me in the past,
right.
People, if it's like, if I'm frustrated about a situation and I'm thinking about what this person said, and I just try to use that as like a line, and build off of that. And then, just throw in some fantasy elements so you don't know if it's all real or true, or if people can't really tell if it's about them, just so everyone thinks it's about them, Now, it is kind of about everybody.
Right? No, yeah, we have to pick and choose our themes and stuff like that. And, you and I and a lot of other people, they write about personal things or things that we see. I mean, I was drawn to a map one year. I said, okay, I'm going to write about this map. And the song came out. I was like, yeah. I should do that. I like to listen to songs that are very different. Like, how does this person come up with the lyrics? Oh, that's a good choice of words. You want to see the musician in their music, basically. I want to see your soul.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. Like I used to just like write all the words first. Because I like to write poetry. I've been writing poetry my whole life. Like, I have some poetry books from when I was like really young, and it's just the cutest, funniest stuff. And I'm like, wow, I was a deep kid. Like, like where did I get these emotions from at like 8 years old? It's funny to me, but I used to just do poetry and then just like sing the poetry, but I just like to switch it up from time to time because I feel like it's just good to evolve, and then it just gives me more skills in my arsenal of like songwriting and playing,
Now, how do you record your music? Are you your own producer? Or do you work with a producer? Go to a studio?
It's ever changing at this moment. Pre-COVID, I would always just go to a studio and record and work with a producer. But my last original release, my Christmas song, I did, because we were all in lockdown. So we set up a studio in the guitar player's garage, and we just recorded everything there and sent it all to a producer. This guy, Mike Fraser in Vancouver, and he helped me finish it and mix it, and I loved it. And it was awesome because it's like I recorded it. I like produced it. That was a huge challenge, and it took us a few times. Like we tracked the drums like 3 different days because the first 2 times it was like, we did it, and I was like, it wasn't right, because it took time for us to figure out our levels and just to figure it out, right? But going forward in the future, I just prefer to work with a producer in a studio because it's a lot more fun.
Yeah.
Like that for me, I really like music is fun for me, and I like having fun, and I'd rather do less work and have more fun. And so recording all my own, like as well as like it's a great skill, and I'm so grateful that I'm like learning so much, and it's now become one of my passions. When I go forward, and I love to record my own cover songs, right? I love recording my own covers. That's super fun, and creating our own versions. And me and my friend Jason, we're doing some more Rolling Stones covers. We're doing, we're going to do Wild Horses right away because it's one of both of our favorite songs, so that's cool. But for my originals, I really like to be in the studio and working with somebody else to get another perspective, a different, because everybody's ears and eyes and heart is different, and how they see and feel the music's different. So I really prefer that, to have that different perspective.
Right.
Just because it changes it, and it's always in a good way, just adds to it, makes it extra special. So yeah, that's how I feel about the recording process. For me.
During
next week, if you ask me, it's probably going to be different.
Hey, you're allowed to change your mind. You're allowed to change your mind.
Nobody do.
We're not gonna. Sometimes we gotta change our minds on things. Did you live stream during this?
No, I did not.
Like, nope, that's not me. Nope, didn't do it.
No, we just had a bunch of illegal jams. No. Illegal band practices. We were living above the law.
Hey, sometimes you gotta risk it.
They had weird rules over here. But no, I didn't do any live streaming. I was literally, what I did was I went to the music store and I rented a bunch of recording gear and I just locked myself in my spare room and turned that into my studio.
Okay.
And I was just sitting there for like 13 hours a day. And I'd be like, oh, 3 months go by and I'm like, oh, it's been 3 months already in here? It's like, I should go cut the grass. So I didn't, and so, so it's really just like working on learning skills and stuff, you know, and learning all kinds of stuff, you know, and it's great. And I'm happy. I've learned a lot. And now I'm recording my own covers and they sound cool.
That's phenomenal. I think a lot of people during the pandemic took the time to either freshen up their skills. I know I took a lot of time to review all these webinars and conferences on music, on TikTok, you name it, everything social media. And I've learned a lot. I was on Clubhouse learning a lot more things I didn't know as an independent artist and where I can place my music and try to get sync and licensing. So I think, you know, a lot of people had time to self-reflect on what they really wanted to do with their music or their lives during this time, because I know a lot of people that I've spoken to said, yeah, you know, there's a lot of introspection. I realized I needed to be happy, and I'm following my dreams, and I'm writing more music. So although the pandemic has been an awful thing, we had millions of people have died, there have been good that have come out. I mean, Mother Nature itself was like, oh, my God, I can breathe. Nobody's out here in the world. Yeah. But the animals came out and said, oh, the people are gone, and it's parquet.
Right, yeah. Oh, yeah, like, yeah, I just used it. I always just try to look at the positive side of everything. So I just was like, hey, I have all this free time. I'm going to use it to better myself, you know. But it's like, it really sucks, like, how many, you know, like, but still, I lost so much work, you know. Like, that's the flip side. All of that sucks. Like, there's so much bad things that happen to so many people I know. And
exactly.
Horrible. I had so many bad things happen to me in my life this year. I'm like, holy cow. But at the same time, to me, I'm like, meh. It doesn't really outweigh, like,
when you think
all
about
the good
it
at all. I'm like, that's okay. I'll be fine, you know.
Yeah. Is there a particular song of yours that you really love to perform, that you just say, oh my God, this is my jam. This is the song that I did so well?
I don't know. I never really thought if I had like a favorite perform.
One of yours?
You know, I don't know. I just love all songs. I think my favorite song to perform live is Babydoll, because it's just such the beat is just so like driving.
Right.
And it's such a fun rock song that it's such a headbanger that you're like it's just so fun to play live. Of my songs, that's what I love. And like a cover song that I really love to play, Like a Rolling Stone by the Rolling Stones, or Desperado by the Eagles. That one, I love to do that acoustically.
Awesome. Awesome. So
and like a Rolling Stone, but any Rolling Stone song. I used to have I still do. I have a Rolling Stones tribute band. It's more of a cover band because we do our own versions. Like, you know, we play the songs, but it's a girl fronting it, you know.
All right.
Yeah, I love Stones. They're my favorite rock and roll band. They just have so much diversity. There's like, they got this wicked, like, all these cool country infused tunes, and then just every other song has the word rock and roll in it. You know, it's like, it's dope.
It is dope. Now, you mentioned Babydoll. Tell us what that song is about, because I'm going to play it.
That song is a love song. It's a love song about somebody that just really, really turns you on, like, that you just really want to, like, just, like, fuck all the time.
All right.
You know? But you guys are young and you're wild and you're all, like, partied up, you know? That's what that's about.
All right. Well, we're
doing it all night long.
All night long. I love it. We're going to have support from our sponsor, and we'll play this song. Hold on.
Hi, this is Nikki Chris, and I host a podcast called Mixin' It. Mixin' It focuses on women in the music, entertainment, and the performing arts. Our goal is to provide an avenue for industry veterans and up-and-coming artists, musicians, engineers, and producers to showcase their talent. Listen to Mixin' It on Monday Music Madness at 8 p.m. Eastern on the Sim Radio Network.
Dirty.
Wow, that was so fun.
I like that. I like it. It's very gritty. Headbanging.
Just rock and roll. Very rock and roll. Just
very. It reminds me of Joan Jett.
Oh, that's awesome.
It does. Well, it does.
I love that. She's one of my heroes.
Well, you're doing her justice. That's for sure.
She is amazing. She's a queen.
Yeah, no, she's definitely a queen. Now tell us about your new release, Killing Time.
Killing Time. That one's got a little bit more of a country flair to it, I would say.
Okay.
You know, it's more of a not even that much more country. It's more of like if you add a bit of like Tom Petty style rock and roll into the mix, you know, just a little lighter rock. It's kind of a love song, torrid love song. They're all about love, all about life, breaking up, moving on. You know, it's just about like somebody that you just, you know, when you're in love with somebody and that person's not in love with you. And when you come to that realization that you're just not right, you know, you're just not right for each other. And that person's like, dude, I thought this was just killing time.
Just killing time. Well, I know.
Humping and dumping.
That's a good catchphrase. Humping and dumping. That's basically what we've been doing, just humping and dumping. I like that.
You know what I mean? That's just how people are, though. You know, that when you're young, you just like banging somebody. One person's playing house, and the other person is just like getting laid and having fun.
That's true.
You know,
that's true.
So that's what that's about.
Alrighty, I can't wait to hear that one.
That's going to be out like right away here, like very soon in the next few weeks. But right now I got my website's up right now. There's a bunch of merchandise up on there, lots of cool stuff.
We'll have to
T-shirts in every color. Fanny packs, like I love fanny packs. It's probably my number one accessory in life because it's better than a purse because purses are very easy to lose.
Yeah, they are.
Stolen, you know, you can't. I'm not going to lose something that's tied around my waist.
No.
Also, it gives you two hands. As a woman, I feel it's insulting that I only get to have one really good hand to use in life because I have to hold the other one with a purse. Like I'm like, why can't I use both my hands? So I'd rather use a fanny pack.
You want to be free? Yeah.
Freedom.
You want freedom? Yeah, we need freedom. So now you have music.
You don't want to put pockets in our pants? We'll just wear it on our belts.
There you go. Now you have music videos.
Pardon?
You have music videos and you create your own videos?
I do. I make all of my own videos, most of them. Like I have help from other people. Okay. Babydoll was like a collaboration with director Frenzy. He's a Canadian, and Jeb Films from Los Angeles, and me. And I edited it because it's fun. And I've been shooting all my own cover videos and stuff. And I'm going to have do a collaboration with the Killin' Time video.
Okay.
I'm just not sure exactly who I'm going to be working with on it yet, but we'll get to that. And but I've been doing my own videos for all my cover songs because it's so much fun. I love shooting. I love editing. I want to do like a little web series of some sort. Just not sure yet what kind, but we'll figure it out.
So
filming's just so much fun. Filming is awesome. Filming and editing is awesome.
That's awesome. Maybe your show could be about speaking your truth. Since you're very vocal, it could be all about you. Your docuseries about making your music and, speaking from your soul.
Oh, that's such a great idea. I love great ideas. Thank you.
Why not? Keep it that way more people know you.
And I actually have I film I film everything. I've tried to film like all of my jams and stuff and all when I'm hanging out. And I've got all this footage, and so I'm like, what should I do with it all? I guess I want to use it in a creative way, and that's actually a great idea.
Yeah, put it together. More and more people need that. They need to see, our process and everything that we go through.
Exactly. Great idea. Oh, that's awesome. I'm so happy right now.
Yeah, do it. Get it together. I can't wait to see it. What's the one thing you wish you had known before you began your career?
It's most important to just trust yourself. And just don't be hard on yourself. Just have fun. And really fuck what a hater says. Basically, that's probably the most important thing. Fuck haters. Seriously, if somebody's going to be negative, just get them out. Just get them out. Who cares? You don't need it. Just go have fun. Who cares? It's music. It's an expression of your soul. If somebody's not going to like it, who gives a shit? Just have fun. It doesn't matter who loves it, as long as you feel good doing it. That's the most important.
Amen. Music is subjective. Remember that. Not everybody's going to like what you're doing, and many people will love what you're doing. So you have to take everything in stride.
Exactly. My friend always says music is like cake, and everybody loves cake. But there's a million different types of cake, you know, and they're all good to somebody. You might not like Black Forest cake, but a lot of people love Black Forest cake. So just, who cares? Just let the people eat their cake and fuck off. Like, go eat your cake.
There you go. There you go. What is a quote that you like to live by, or a message?
It is what it is.
That is perfect.
I don't know if I have a quote yet. Oh, I'll think about a great one in 3 hours.
Okay, then you can just message me and let me know what you thought of. But, you know, you did say it is what it is. That is not a bad one to live by. It is what it is.
It is what it is. You know, well, no matter what you do, it's your choice to be happy. You got to choose to be happy.
That is very true.
You know, that's really what I live by. At the end of the day, I choose to be happy, no matter what's going on. You know, like bad things can happen, and you have every right. You got to feel those bad things, feel the sadness, you know, but don't let it take away from your overall happiness as a human being, because that's right. It doesn't have to, you know.
No, it doesn't. What do you love?
Choose your own path.
Right. What do you love most about being an artist?
Freedom that it gives you in life in general. Like, literally, as an artist, there's nobody who really has any expectations of anything, even down to like what you're going to wear. You can go to a formal party and you can kind of dress how you would like. And nobody's going to be like, well, why isn't Nikki dressed in some fancy attire?
Right.
So Nikki plays in a rock and roll band. That's, you know, it's all good. That's why she's wearing all black and some Converse, because it's Nikki. But then I can dress up if I want. But you know, but even just like that, like, it's just the freedom. You get this whole freedom in life that I feel like you don't experience if you aren't an artist.
True. We have.
Because I create everything. Like, even my house most of my stuff is I make a lot of my own clothes. Because I love sewing. I love to make art. I like to just make stuff, you know.
That is freedom.
It is freedom, you know. I just and the freedom of expression, because that's the one thing most people will say is they're like, "Wow, it's just so great that you can express yourself that way," you know. And that's how when every artist I admire or look up to or see, it's just like, I'm always amazed. I'm like, wow, like, just to be able to express that emotion is amazing, you know, to be free to express that yourself in whatever way you see fit. It's just a beautiful thing.
Amen. Well, Nikki, it's been an honor to have you on Chatting with Nat. If anybody wants to follow you on Instagram, it's Nikki V Music. On Facebook, it's Nikki V Music. Her website is nikkivmusic.com. She is awesome. She speaks her truth. She doesn't hold back. She is a no bullshit artist performer, and that's for sure. You got to follow her. She's going to do a documentary because I gave her the idea. She's going to do it, y'all. So you got to find her. So, Nikki, thank you so much for being on my show. It's been an honor. I will follow you.
Thank you for having me. I've had so much fun. It's been great. Everyone check out my website. Go buy a T-shirt, buy a hoodie, buy a blanket, or a bikini.
Buy something. Support the artist, damn it.
Booty shorts. A fanny pack.
A fanny
Support
pack.
Artists.
On her waist. No more handbags. That's right. I said it here.
No, man.
Go to our website, www.nikkivmusic.com. You can get amazing things here. And then you can get to know great artists. Thank you, Nikki.
Exactly.
I hope you have a great week. All righty. And that, my dears, was Nikki V. Until next time on Chatting with Nat. Chatting with Nat is a podcast for independent women seeking to speak their truth and to break down barriers. We host honest conversations that help to guide and empower women. Speak your truth and set yourself free. Let your voice be heard. Love your